made some big saves on you guys there.
Yeah, he definitely not stole the game, but kept them in it and made some huge saves. I think we could have had 2 or 3 on the power play there, and he's made some great. I mean, there's a reason why he's at the Olympics. So I thought we played a pretty good game. We just couldn't find a way to score. Obviously, getting the one there, but I think for sure those saves that he made on the power play were the difference.
You figure you were due? I mean, you robbed one there and get the post for another one. There's a million guys in front of the net, but nothing got in there.
Yeah, Halsey made a great play. Beating, I don't know who was at the blue line, and then making a play to Gags, and then just finding a puck. I just had to put it in the empty net. So, but you wish you could have gone back and found a way to score in the second, or I hit the post in the third again too, and maybe a little later. But I thought we fought hard. I think our PK was tremendous today. Killed a lot of penalties, kept us in it, and Scrivens played great. So it's tough to hang your head at this one, but at the end of the day, we lost. We didn't find a way to win.
Thanks, man.
Of any player that's looking for a long career is to be self-motivated, and whether you're in first or last or up or down, it's consistency night in and night out, and I think that's what that's what breeds success, and that's what I think fans and knowledgeable markets want, and so I think that's what every individual player has to strive for, is to bring a consistent level of play night in, night out, because people see where the bar is set and they see what everybody's capable of, and like I said, especially in knowledgeable markets, they know what what most guys are capable of, and they I think at the very least expect you to get very close to that on almost every night.
And I know that winning's important, but what about team unity and sending a message? Cassian, we know he broke Gagne's jaw and then kind of mocked him about it later. You're surprised nobody just goes into their own hands and says, hey, let's do something about it.
And what, jumps him and gets suspended? You guys are the same ones that jump all over guys that do stuff like that, so don't start.
But you've seen Lucic and Sestito.
I'm not even going there, because you guys are the same ones that will rip on a guy for jumping somebody and doing something out of context. Gaz went over to him. Gaz tried to engage with him many times tonight. He doesn't want to fight. What can he do? You can't just drop the gloves and start punching him. We've seen that. You guys are critical of that. You guys will be the first ones to rip on guys for doing that. So we have a guy like Gaznik that has done a lot of that this year, and will do anything for his teammates, and he goes over and he engages them. He doesn't want to fight. So what do you suggest? So he's going to go over and punch him, and then what are you going to say after the game? What a dirty player.
Well, no, not him, but Sestito and Lucic, just two guys who did it recently.
I think I've answered as much as I can. I mean, he does all he can in today's game.
No, I was just asking.
20 years ago, yeah, sure.
Is it a question, you still can't get a game that's totally 60 minutes? I mean, you didn't play real well in the first period, and they got the first goal, and then you're playing your chance.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a great fight at the end, and good pressure and good, some good chances. You hit the post in the power play. I think the penalty kill was excellent tonight. So there was, it was good, but I think there's still just that extra little bit that just I think everybody feels like it's just left on the table a bit at certain parts of the game. It's not like it was horrible plays. You're playing against a good team that knows how to cycle, and you're going to give up some zone time. But it was it was better, but not at a level where you're really grabbing a game and taking control of it. We're hanging around and I think trading some chances, and like I said, having our opportunities on special teams, but never really in firm control until that last, I think, maybe 10, 12 minutes where you saw it just got cranked up, and you see what speed and pressure and what that's capable of on our team. So I think that's almost going back to the first question, like, we see what we're capable of, and you see what where we should have the bar set for ourselves, and I think that's what you have to strive, for that sort of play, at the start of the game, middle of the game, all that. You can't expect it to be perfect all the time, but it was very, very obvious, I think, towards that last half of the period of, how much more pressure we created and with our speed, and then it gave our talent a chance to do something down there. So I think that's probably the biggest thing is how we saw that extra gear, and you want that more consistently, not just when we're trying to fight back from a goal.
Again, all I can really focus on is trying to stop the puck. So everybody's got an individual job, and I think, I don't know, for me it feels like we're kind of on the cusp of learning it, but there's obviously a lot of work left to be done.
From up above in your guys' own zone, it seems at times it can be really scrambly and kind of panicky. What is it like from your view, from where you're watching?
The game's a lot easier to play up. I mean, and that's not a a slanderous remark or anything, but the game does look a lot different from up top. The obvious plays seem even more obvious, and the game's definitely looks like it's slowed down a little bit, but. Ice level, things happen quickly, and guys are trying to make the best play that they see out there, and sometimes it's a matter of experience, and that calmness doesn't just come overnight. It's something you got to work on. So that's up to each individual guy, but I think we're taking strides in the right direction, I hope.
expecting a good start out of your team. It proved to be pretty important the way this game finished off, didn't it?
Yeah, I thought we played hard. I thought we played smart. The first two periods, I thought we played real well. You know, we got into penalty trouble in the second period, and we were playing with fire there. They've got a lot of skill, and their power play is really good. So I thought once we killed that off, we got out of the second period. I think a key for us was to make sure that we didn't give that power play another opportunity.
You get the opening goal on the road, but the way you got it and who you got it from, I know, really lifts up the bench in that manner.
Oh, it's great. Everybody was so thrilled for Kellen. You know, he's had a tough couple of days, so you know, to get rewarded with a goal in his first shift, I think it's pretty exciting.
Mike, you look up and down the lineup, though it's Roberto making big save, it's Daniel Sedin and Ryan Kessler figuring in, and goals. These are the veteran guys you're going to have to rely on.
Yeah, they are. I think, you know, our defense core and those types of guys, our veteran guys, are the key guys. And, you know, when we're a little bit banged up right now and going through a little bit of adversity, we have to rely on those guys to help us get through, and I thought they stepped up tonight.
Did you manage the minutes the way you wanted to, considering what happened on Saturday?
Yeah, you know, the tough part was when we got into penalty trouble in the second period, because you end up going to, you know, the same guys to kill penalties, and the makeup of our team, the way it's set up is we tend to go to the same guys on both sides of special teams. So we're using players like Kess on both the penalty kill and the power play. So sometimes the minutes add up there. So I thought for the most part the minutes were fine, and then down the stretch when they're pressing, you know, we're putting guys in the ice that we think are going to get the job done in that circumstance.
You're entering this unknown territory without a coach, and Henrik out of the lineup for the first time in 10 years. How valuable is it to get a couple of wins right off the hop?
Well, I think this one was important for us. You know, I think we had to make sure that you know, we maintained a certain level of focus and making sure that we got a win tonight. I think it was important to get that one tonight so that we can go back home now. We have a chance. We've got a few games at home. We've got a chance to make some headway in the standings. So, you know, we'll take this one game at a time, and that's what I told him this morning is let's not look by this one. Let's make sure that we're focused and ready to play. And I thought our guys, for the most part, did a pretty good job.
You're missing a first-line player and arguably a second-line player in Centrelli.
Be shy.
Happy with the continued push in the third? And you guys seem to crank it up in the third there. Didn't go away, I guess.
Yeah, it was. The first period was. I don't know. There wasn't a lot of flow in that first for either team, and it was. I think both teams were trying to get going, but then I thought in the second and third the game really picked up and got better as it went along. But yeah, I thought we were right there even with them. I'm not sure that they outplayed us or we outplayed them, but I thought the game started to tilt our way, definitely in the third period.
I think you guys could have been a little more physical. Maybe, I mean, you know, the scoring chances are there and Luongo was standing on his head, but it seemed like that opportunity might have been missed.
Physical in what way? With Luongo?
Yeah, well, not Luongo, but on Vancouver and on their defense.
Well, yeah, listen, you want to be physical as much as you can. But we definitely don't want to run out of position to go get a hit. I'd much rather us be on the right side of the puck. But I didn't have a real hard time with our physicality. It was I didn't think we were being out hit badly. I didn't look at the stats. Usually, the hit column is always an interesting one at home and on the road. But yeah. On our forecheck, we want to promote physicality just to get the D to rush the puck a lot, to rush their plays. But I didn't feel it was a problem. I thought our guys were actually doing a pretty good job of it.
Stats say you will hit them 28-13.
I guess maybe 40 is good enough.
Well, but it wasn't a particularly physical game. You guys did. For instance, Cassie was talking about he didn't find himself on his backside very often. Your team wins when they've got the puck. They played what they did in the third period for sure.
That's right.
Enough for you? You're happy with that amount of physicality in your game?
Well, Mark, you know what the perfect game is? Perfect game is no hits. You know why that is? It's because you have the puck. You don't have to hit anybody. You have the puck. I don't know. Stat sheet said we hit them 28-13. Would I like more hits? I don't know. I thought we were good tonight. If you're maybe alluding to retribution on Cassian, is that what you're going after? I'm trying to wonder why you picked Cassian.
Well, there's a guy that came in here to run your team's show. I thought maybe someone, not necessarily fight him, but at least hit him.
He ran our show tonight?
Not tonight, but in the past he has, sure.
Oh, well, you're entitled to your opinion. I thought our guys played a good game. To go out of our way in a close game to go seek retribution and take a dumb penalty, I'm not sure how that helps us. Is that what you're alluding to? No, I'm curious. I'm really curious.
Well, this guy's got to get to work. I'm saying hit somebody, anybody. The team isn't a physical team. And tonight in a game that was, they had the first half of the game pretty well. Your team did not hit a lot of people.
Well, we'll try to up that to 40-13. Would that be better for you? Or would 40 not be enough? 60? Well, I'm asking you.
Dallas, I think where Cassian is concerned sometimes, obviously it was a tough play early in the year, took out one of your main guys. There have been a couple of games that have been out of hand against them. I'm not sure if he was part of all of them. The thought process is that on a lot of teams that business would get taken care of. Are you concerned at all that it's a few games now against this player and really not much has been done? Do you feel like anything at any point is needed to be done?
Now, I saw a talk between a guy on our team that handles that very well and that player. And one player wasn't willing to engage. So I'm not quite sure, what else do you do? We can go jump them. We can go slash them, cross-check them in the face, go do something like that. But I'm not sure what that does to helping us win the game when it's a close game.
We've seen some instances. Lucic stood up for his teammate. Krejci got ran over by Nolan. Nolan was involved in Vancouver when he hit Sedin. That those teams sometimes are willing to take a penalty. When do you find that as the right time to say, you know what, I don't care if we take a penalty. We need to show they're willing to stand up. Is there a time when that's okay?
I want our guys to stand up for each other. I don't want us to be known as a team and you can get yourself in a load of trouble. A load of trouble. And you only have to look back to the Vancouver Canucks quite some time ago. When you pinpoint a guy and you say, let's go get him. He did this to this player, and then something bad happens to that player, boy, you can find yourself in a lot of trouble. Now, you guys wouldn't be in trouble. You'd write about all the trouble. But we'd be in a lot of trouble. I want our guys to play hard. I want them to play physical when the hits are there. I want them to stand up for each other in the right spots. But I think we have to be very, very careful at seeking retribution.
Luke told me earlier that he felt like goal scorers will have goal scoring slumps and they want to score, and he feels like he's kind of in he quoted a fighting slump. What does he need? That was his words, not mine, about trying to become more involved. Have you seen what you want to see from him? He said he needs to get in the forecheck more to be that guy, so they come looking for him rather than him go looking for them.
Yeah, and that's what we encourage them to do. Like, I hate guys going to fighting off face-offs. I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb. I'm not sure what it does for the game. Nothing's gone on in the game, and two guys come out and fight. I don't like it. We try to avoid those at all instances with our team. Now, the one thing I have said to Luke is, guy comes out there and challenges you off a draw. I've said to him, whisper in his ear that you're going to go hit his D hard. You're going to finish every check. Now that when you start doing that, maybe they start coming and looking for you. But I think fights should be out of anger, out of competition, not out of, well, hey, let's just drop our gloves and fight.
Thank you.